Hello everybody, welcome back. I'm excited you're here with me today for two reasons. First of all, in this video, I want to share something with you that has helped me personally quite a bit, as well as countless others suffering from a variety of conditions. And that is low-dose naltrexone, or LDN. LDN is a compounded medication which has been successfully used in the treatment of autoimmune diseases such as Hashimoto's, Crohn's, and even MS. It has also been used to treat fibromyalgia, chronic mysterious pain, depressive disorders, and a host of other conditions. Secondly, I am excited you're here because this video is in collaboration with my friend Holly from Life and DIY. Holly has an incredible channel on here where she shares DIY skincare, longevity and anti-aging information, as well as general health and wellness information. She is a wealth of knowledge, and every one of her videos is backed up by a ton of research. I was subscribed to Holly's channel long before the two of us became friends, and I have enjoyed every single one of her videos, and I have learned a ton from her. We did become friends last year, and I can tell you that what you see on screen is what you get. Holly is an incredible sweetheart, and she is as intelligent as she is sincere. So if you do not know Holly already, please go check out her channel. I know that you will absolutely fall in love with her and you will enjoy every one of her videos just as much as I do. Holly and I decided to do this collaboration on Low Dose Naltrexone because both of us have been taking LDN for several years now and have been greatly helped by it. So we are hoping by sharing our experience and sharing what we have learned about LDN, it can hopefully help some of you suffering with the various conditions LDN can be used for. But what is LDN and how does it work? LDN, as I said, is a compounded medication. It is a safe, non-toxic, fairly inexpensive drug which can help regulate a dysfunctional immune system. It also fights pain as well as inflammation. Nitroxon itself was developed in the 60s by two researchers who were seeking a non-addictive drug to alleviate pain. However, naltrexone did not fulfill their hopes, but what became apparent very quickly was that naltrexone helped manage addiction to opioids. And it did so by blocking opioid receptors and therefore not allowing people to get high. The body actually has its own endogenously produced opioids, one of them being endorphins. A couple of decades later, a different doctor now treated his patients with opioid addictions with naltrexone, and in the case of an opioid addiction, the dosage of naltrexone is anywhere between 50 and 300 milligrams. So this doctor was now treating his opioid addicted patients with naltrexone, and as he was weaning them off this dosage of 50 to 300 milligrams, and it basically now became low dose naltrexone, he realized that many of their other symptoms, aside from their addiction, such as pain, depression, and even insomnia, improved. So this, of course, got other researchers curious, and several of them analyzed the effects of naltrexone on the body's endorphins. Now, endorphins, of course, we know as our feel-good hormone. They are chemicals produced by the brain which help alleviate pain as well as stress. So these researchers wanted to see how does naltrexone affect the body's endorphins. And what they found was that if given a low-dose naltrexone at night, a dosage between 3 and 4.5 milligrams, this low dose of naltrexone temporarily blocked opioid receptors. This blockage lasts about 4 to 6 hours, and this temporary blockage of opioid receptors does two different things. First of all, the body perceives there to be now a shortage of opioids, of endorphins, and it starts producing more. Secondly, the endorphins that are now floating around in the system and are not able to attach to the blocked receptors are being picked up by different receptors, by receptors in the immune system, therefore improving immune response. And immune response is primarily improved by production of T cells. Now, T cells are a type of white blood cell which are of key importance to the immune system. They are kind of like soldiers who search and destroy targeted invaders. So T cells help to keep our immune system balanced. They also help the immune system from getting stuck in cases of an overactive immune response, such as in patients with asthma, allergies, or autoimmune diseases. So low-dose naltrexone, LDN, has been shown to do two different things. First of all, because the body now perceives there to be a shortage of its own endogenously produced opioids, one of them being endorphins. It produces more endorphins, thereby help alleviate pain, elevate mood, and improve immune response. Secondly, it directly improves immune response by promoting the production of T cells. And again, T cells are of key importance to the immune system. So this is why LDN has been shown to help with a variety of conditions, such as autoimmune diseases and even chronic pain. There are quite a few studies on the effectiveness of LDN, with the first human trial ever published in 2007 on Crohn's disease. However, research is still a bit limited, and a lot of the studies are quite small and not double-blind, placebo-controlled. However, that being said, the studies that do exist look quite promising, and I will link a systematic review of some of them down below in the description box. Now, I was prescribed LDN not for an autoimmune disease nor pain, but actually for sleep. My experience with LDN started about 7 years ago when I went through a very stressful time in my life, and my cortisol, my stress hormone, was all over the place. It was low at times, it is supposed to be high, such as in the morning, leaving me with zero energy. And it was high at times, it is supposed to be low, such as at night, making it impossible for me to fall asleep or stay asleep. So my doctor back then prescribed LDN in the hopes that it would help balance my cortisol levels and, most importantly, help me sleep. And it did a beautiful job. It seemed to abolish that cortisol surge that I got in the evenings, which made it impossible for me to fall asleep. And in turn, it gave me some energy throughout the day. So I took LDN for about 2 years, and when I did not feel the need for it anymore, I stopped taking it. However, 2 years ago, I had a routine thyroid test. I have hypothyroidism, but I do not have an autoimmune disease. So there are different thyroid autoimmune diseases, as most of you probably know, one of them being Hashimoto's, another one being Graves'. And usually when one has these autoimmune diseases, antibodies will be elevated. So I do not have an autoimmune disease, but in this routine thyroid test, my antibodies were elevated for the first time in my life. So I panicked. I called my doctor, and he said, "Don't worry about it, just go back on your LDN," which I did. And you can see in my blood test, my antibodies went from 270, which actually, if you have an autoimmune disease, is not that high. They can actually be in the thousands. So mine were 270, which again, if you have an autoimmune disease, is not that high, but it is too high if you do not have an autoimmune disease. After taking LDN for 5 months, and by the way, I only took the LDN, I did not change my lifestyle or my diet or anything else. So after taking LDN for only 5 months, you can see my antibodies went to basically non-existing. So seeing how the LDN after just 5 months basically took away all my antibodies definitely made me a believer in LDN again, and I have been taking it regularly ever since. So if you have any sort of condition, such as an autoimmune disease, for which you think LDN could be helpful for, I would highly encourage you to talk to your doctor. As I said, LDN is a safe, non-toxic, fairly inexpensive, compounded medication. It comes in capsules. I have it right here. The dosage is anywhere from 1 to 4.5 milligrams. You take it at night. There are very little side effects. So if you think that LDN is something that could help you, again, I would highly encourage you to talk to your doctor. And if he or she does not know about LDN, maybe share some of the research I am linking down below, and then hopefully he or she is willing to work with you. So I hope that this was helpful. If you have any questions or comments, of course, leave them down below. If you already take LDN, please share your experience with it down below in the description box. We would all love to hear about it. And please make sure to check out Holly's video. I can't wait to see what she has to say about LDN. Again, I hope that this was helpful. Thank you so much for being here. Until next time, bye.